All right, now you got to stop letting customers run your business. I had to let this one know I'm switching them over to card on file. This one right here was one of my customers, and they actually decided to just get rid of themselves. They would always leave the gate locked every time I would come over. He told me the brother-in-law was going to be mowing the house. I was fine with that, even though they were a 60 a week customer. I hated having to get around this gate. So let's get into it. How we gonna get this money up this year? First of all, here's another estimate. These gas prices are high right now, and what I would tell you is, if you don't have your regulars already, be careful for the people coming in right now who are wanting to get estimates from you. Few things you need to do. You need to ask them, what happened to the last lawn guy? You see this yard looks a mess. It's got bushes. They also wanted some weeds pulled. This was one I didn't land, and I'm going to tell you why. I've got a yard right down on the street that I'm going to go to in just a second. I'm going to show you that I have. I do them 60 a week. No, it doesn't take me that long. But guys, you see this yard right here. It's a mess. It has to get back in shape, and it's a lot of upsell on this property. If the customer wants to upsell. Sometimes you get in these neighborhoods, be careful for the worst house on the block. Not saying this one is the worst house on the block, but you got to do some work to get back in shape. Now, I don't know if you can see back there, it's a dog house too. Be very careful looking at dog houses. You want to get that price right with the poop fee. You don't want to be mowing over dog crap and dog shit all day long. No. Do not do that. It's nasty. Price it right. Not telling you do not take the yard on, but just make sure you get the price right. So I priced this one right here for a cleanup right at, I believe, about $300, which I think is worth it. And that was without the bushes. Now here's another estimate right here. They actually just text me back. I hadn't looked at it yet. And so this one right here, like I say, another dog house. Watch out for that poop. Watch how I'm looking back. They told me, okay, thanks for the estimate. We're going to see if they call them back. But look on the side of this house. Look at all this, man. Look at all this stuff right here. Look at those vines that was hanging. These houses, when I'm telling you like this, be careful when you enter these neighborhoods, and it's the worst looking one. See, you got flags everywhere at the beginning of the cut. If I was to take on this one, some pretty nice high bushes also. So just be real careful. Do your due diligence on these properties. Now, the grass hadn't came up on this one yet, and this is the one that's down the street from the other one. That's one of my weekly customers. Love being on this yard. She will actually be gone this summer. I will have to take her this home. And card on file, guys. So let's talk about now how to get this money up now that you're being careful on doing your estimates. First thing you want to do is card on file. I'm always going to preach this. I know it's getting redundant in these videos, but card on file, guys. You need the card on file. So when you're doing these estimates, you want to make sure a customer's going to come on to a weekly like this. I'm going to tell you something. Look at the concrete on this one. I hadn't even offered her pressure washing yet, but if I throw it in at the right price, I bet I could sub it out to one of my guys. I don't want to do the pressure washing unless it makes sense. I don't want to slow myself up. I'd rather just, throw it off. Take a little bit off, and it's like I mowed 2 or 3 extra yards for one day, and I could just give it to a guy. And me and him get a relationship as far as my pressure wash. Unless it's a service I'm ready to add. You see this looks pretty bad, but this is one of my weekly customers. When you go into a customer, I do not even offer bi-weekly. I always say I can sign you up for weekly. I can sign you up for weekly. I can sign you up for weekly. If they want bi-weekly pricing, this is how I would do it. And I'm going to do a full video breakdown of this. But if they want bi-weekly pricing, I wouldn't double it. What I would actually do was just mark it up maybe just a little bit. So say if they wanted, say if you're doing weekly, for them 60 bucks, 65 bucks. Your bi-weekly maybe should be 75, 80 bucks bi-weekly. That's how I would do it. Just so I can try to lock them in. You're not doing four cuts. And it's almost like a prorate if you think about it. So this season, this is the gas blower I'm using right here. Think about it, guys, what's coming up when you do these estimates. We hadn't even got torn by the tariffs yet, and we'll see where the gas price is about to go. I'm telling you, you can't be a $50 minimum guy in my area. Some areas maybe, but the gas prices are about to kick in. Once you get these yards maintained, the blowers don't take that much gas, but let's account for all of this. These are properties we want to try to sell upsells to, that in the fall we also want to try to do leaf jobs on these properties. So think about that when you're doing these estimates as far as these new customers. If you've been pricing right with your old customers, you got them locked in. This is what I did this season. I didn't push the price up on none of my customers too much, and not even a lot of them got the price pushed up. It was only a couple of them that came in maybe like season before, and I told them, hey, I got to go up a little bit this year. Some of them price has been so nice that I got them priced in to where everybody else basically can make up for them. Next year they will have a price increase. You do not want to do a price increase in the mid-season. It will leave people with a salty taste in their mouth. You do that at the beginning of the season or when you sign them up. This is a commercial lot right here. The reason why I'm dealing with this commercial lot and I price them because they pay me on a weekly basis. When the employees get the paycheck, I get my paycheck the same week. It makes sense. I do not want to do 30-day loans when it comes to these commercial properties, guys. You want to stick to residential guns this year unless it's making sense on the commercial side. Unless they got a payment system to where they're not getting you 45 days out, 60 days out on payments. Try to find those residentials to get you to the recurring revenue unless it makes sense. Like I said, it makes sense with these guys because they pay me when the employees get paid. So I get paid weekly when the employees get paid weekly. So when you're doing these estimates this year, make sure that you take these tips to get yourself profitable. If you like videos like this, thumbs up, subscribe. More coming this season. We only getting started. Let's grind and let's try to get 6 figures out this lawn season.